I'm on my way to Gastown, which is on the waterfront in Vancouver, to hook up with a local rapper who has just launched, as of yesterday, a new album, his first album, and he's agreed to come on the show, and I'm happy to have him on, and for my episode number 1, and we're going to dive into how he's using new media and social to expand his brand and to reach fans from all around the world. It's this young man has an inspiring story. He's endured 4 open heart surgeries, and he's just 21 years old. He has just a very positive, great attitude. He wants to get out and inspire the youth. He wants to get out into First Nation reserves and really be a positive influence and a positive message of hope. He's just hugely talented and just a great person to chat with, and I hope it comes through in the interview. I'm sure it will, and I hope you enjoy it. This young man's from northern British Columbia. He's spent most of his life up in the north, and then he moved to Vancouver to further his career, and things are really going great for him. Now, I had him on the show 3 months ago on the Not Bad for Dad show because he just released a single called Today and a video, which was the end of a 2-year project where he wrote, recorded, and released a song every week for 2 years, Skyy Sunday. And it's just an incredible story, and now he's released a full album, so I'm sure he's got a lot to tell us. I look forward to it. So welcome to the show, Tyler Skyy. Tyler, we last spoke a few months ago, actually, when you released Today, the single and the video.
Yeah.
How have things been going since then?
They've been going great. We were still working on the album when we released the single, just kind of fine-tuning everything and whatnot. And about a month later after that, we finished the album, and then it actually just came out yesterday. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And yeah, the release has been going great. I'm excited to be here for episode 1. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's cool. It's perfect timing. You're releasing your album and launching the new podcast.
Yeah.
Tell us, the listeners, a little bit about yourself.
I live in Vancouver. I've had 4 heart surgeries. What else would be exciting to know?
And you're 21 years old?
21, yeah. I lived in I grew up in a really small town, 3,000 people. Moved to Vancouver like a couple of years ago to do music. Yeah, I mean, been working pretty hard the past couple of years while I've been here. I put a song out every single Sunday for 2 years, and that ended in December of 2014, and then that's when I put the single out for the new album.
Sure. Well, that capped off 2 years of releasing, writing, recording, releasing a song every Sunday for 2 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, how many of those songs made it onto the album, or did you create the album after you released Today?
I was already making the album when I was in like the latter half of the second year, and I planned on putting out Today as the single because I had the album all planned out before I even finished the 2 years thing. And after I did the album, there was one song that I did from the 2 years thing, Skyy Sunday. There was one song that I did that I kept going back to and listening to it, and I ended up re-recording it, getting it mixed and mastered and everything, and just throwing it on the album as well because I thought it fit really well.
Yeah.
That one was called I'm Right Where I Want to Be. And the album's obviously called Intergalactic, and in I'm Right Where I Want to Be, I talk about being like in space and stuff like that, so I figured I might as well just throw that one on the album. So that was that one, and then Today. Those are the only two from the weekly series.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's cool. Now, how has the community that you're from, how have they embraced or have supported you?
It's been pretty good.
Because you were on Smithers Radio.
Yeah, exactly. Really small town, and like it's one of those places where literally everybody knows everybody. So the radio, we reached out to them a couple of years back about a different single, and they played it, and they did a little bit of coverage. So then when we reached out to them again with Today, the single, they were like right away, they were all over it, and had people texting me from Houston like, hey, I just heard you on the radio, that's awesome, and they were all excited. So that was cool.
So they're playing you up there?
Yeah, at least a couple times as far as I know.
Yeah, well, that's it. How about in Vancouver? Are you getting...
I've been in touch with like a few local like independent radio stations and whatnot. I don't think I've had any, there's no like real play that I know of yet. On the 31st though, I have a radio interview with the station here. They're called the Urban Renewal Project, and I'm going to be doing an interview with them on air, so that would be cool. Yeah,
well, tell us about Intergalactic. I know the cover, the album cover is very cool.
Yeah, actually, so this is it here in the CD. I brought one. We have, I wanted to get it painted. I had the idea, and then I don't really know that many painters, so I put a status up on Facebook like, does anybody could anybody suggest a painter? And my friend suggested one of her friends from Kelowna, BC, and I just reached out to him, and I kind of explained the idea of the album, sent him a few like photos of cool like galaxy designs and whatnot that I thought were were rad, and he was like, all right, give me a couple weeks. A couple weeks later, he sent me a picture of a half finished one, and it was like exactly what I was hoping for. So that's how this all came to life.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, so now there's 7 songs.
Yeah.
And this is available. How are you using? How are you marketing yourself using new media?
The CD is available through my website and my Bandcamp website. You can just order it online, or if you can get in touch with me through any of my social medias, then we can just sell one that way. The album itself is on pretty much every online store. It's on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play. You can stream it on Spotify. You can Shazam it if you hear it and you don't know who it is. And then there's like a bunch of different other like smaller stores that it's on as well. So it's not too hard to find.
Yeah, well, I'd like to talk a little bit about how you're marketing yourself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
using. I know you're active on social media,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. Do you find any one of those giving you more success than?
I find Facebook and Instagram, I think, are doing the best for me. Twitter's good, and I'm doing good on Twitter, but Instagram, I'm really into the visual aspect of everything as well. So I like to do like unique and kind of different photos, and I find that they get a lot of really positive attention, and then I always use the same hashtags on each one, kind of like my thing, so people recognize that. And then on Facebook, we've actually run a couple ads for the page where it goes on everybody's timeline. It says like sponsored and whatnot, and those actually did like way better than I expected they were going to do, and they've really expanded everything for me on there. So that's kind of what I've been working on. I'm going to try to push Twitter a little bit harder now, because I feel like that's the underdog. So I've definitely just been like going like really hard on the social media game. It's such a big deal nowadays that you have to do well on that, or else
That's it.
it's tough. So
But that's what makes it so great now, is the playing fields have been leveled.
exactly.
And now you can reach a huge audience.
Yeah.
With if you know the right routes to go down.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. I noticed your so iTunes is the big player.
Yeah, that's the main one. Yeah.
So everybody go subscribe and purchase the album there and rate and review.
Yeah. Hopefully they leave a good one. 5 stars would be cool.
5 stars is what we're looking for. Maybe you can have a little contest that if people go and leave you a rating and a review, that you can send them an autographed.
Yeah, no, that would be cool too. I was hoping, I'm gonna probably in like a week or so do some sort of giveaway for a physical package. We have posters and stickers and the CD obviously, and we made a run of buttons for it. We just made 20, so they're super limited. So I'm probably gonna do some sort of giveaway for that. And yeah, we have all those things. We have merch boxes. We went out and we bought they kind of look like shoe boxes, and they're just like different colors, and they're kind of cool looking. We bought a bunch of those so we can give whoever buys all that stuff a cool kind of thing to keep it in, or use that for whatever they want to use it for.
Yeah.
And then each one I go and I'm gonna write like a personal message on the the lid of it. So then they have that for forever. I have a small setup at home, and since for this project there wasn't very many features or where I had to bring them into the studio because they were not really, a couple of them weren't really from here, or a bit of it was just kind of scheduling and whatnot. So I recorded every song except for Today. I recorded my vocals at my home setup. Today we recorded at Nimbus Studios with, we brought Brittany Noble, the singer, on it. We brought her in. And we just recorded that there. And yeah, everything else was just recorded at my house. Jakin recorded his verse at another studio, his verse for the song Gifted. And Quake Matthews recorded his, I'm pretty sure in Halifax, that's where he's from. So I think he recorded that there, and then he sent it over to me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, do you have any plans on another video coming out? Or?
Yeah, there's ideas, kind of me and my manager, Cole. We've been talking about a couple different things, and I have a friend of mine who is, he does videos and whatnot. He's very good at video production, and they have a little team and whatnot. So I was talking to them. We have a storyline out for one of the songs. I'm not going to say which one yet. I'm going to let it be a surprise. But yeah, we have a pretty cool storyline for one of them. So we're going to try to make that one come alive. So.
Did you want to give a shout out to who produced the first video today?
Yeah, Oso Smooth. He's a good friend of mine. He Oso Smooth Productions. He did an amazing job on that video. It was way better than I had ever imagined it would have been.
Yeah,
I'm really proud
video.
of it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Anyone else you want to give a shout out to while we're here? That's helped you along the way.
Yeah, I mean, Cole Brownstone, my manager, he's made a lot of everything in the back end possible. He's made it a lot easier for me to figure out how to do things. He's helped me out a ton. My girlfriend Marnie, she's been there through everything. She's helped me a lot as well. Everybody who even just hits play on the album, thank you. Everybody who's ever kind of supported in any sort of way whatsoever, you for having me on here. My dad, my mom, they're pretty rad.
Yeah, you got to give a shout out to them for sure.
Yeah. Everybody who's ever shown any love, I appreciate it.
Okay, here's some questions for you, Tyler. Shauna Thrift on Facebook. Where do you want to be in 5 years?
That's a good one. That's funny too.
Super successful.
Yeah.
And rich.
Exactly. No, that's funny because on the album I have in the song called Gifted, I say something, I think the line is, they ask me where I want to be in 10 years. I'm a dreamer, how should I know? And then it goes on to tell kind of what I want to be doing, but how I can't know for sure. But basically, in about 5 years, I guess my ideal situation would be just making positive music, making a difference. I really want to go and talk to schools and like youth homes and that kind of stuff. Not even perform music every single time, but even just go there and talk, like tell my story, let other people come up, tell theirs, just kind of be a voice for people to relate to. Because I'm younger, I'm pretty close to the same age as some of the high school kids right now.
Exactly.
So I feel like lots of them would be able to relate pretty easily to the stuff that I would say.
We're recording this interview downtown on the waterfront in Gastown, and we have a heli. Is that heliport?
I think so, yeah.
Nice. Adam Hack asks, what made you want to do what you do? Your inspirations.
I like that question because, it gives me a chance to kind of elaborate a little bit on my story. So when I was young, I was born, anybody who knows me should hopefully know this by now. When I was young, I was born with a heart problem where basically I was missing my pulmonary artery. It was there, but it wasn't really there. It's called pulmonary atresia and tetralogy of Fallot. So I've had 4 open heart surgeries so far. I'm expecting, one more. So basically, like, just having that had happened and going through that, I didn't want to just like slide through life. I wanted to do something special and do something different, and whether or not like it takes me wherever it takes me, I just want to do something great and do something cool. So that's kind of where music came in, and then as I grew as an artist, I decided kind of the exact lane I wanted to go with, the positivity and with the inspirational music, and try to show people like whatever your story is, you can make it into something great, and do something like don't just let life slide by, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sean from Idaho asks, what's your motivation? Which artists would you like to work with in the future? Idols? Do you want to go mainstream?
All right. Motivation, I guess, is a lot of things motivate me, really. Like, I have a lot of friends who are artists. I have a lot of friends who are photographers, friends who do kind of all different sorts of stuff like that. And just seeing them being so passionate about their stuff also inspires me, as well as just like, going on. I have a friend who's doing pretty well right now. He's been on MTV and whatnot. His name is Sunreal. He's from Vancouver. Just seeing him kind of doing his thing like that, it motivates me and inspires me to kind of keep going like that. And even sometimes I just think about why I'm doing it, and it just motivates me to kind of keep doing it and do better. When people message me like, hey, this song helped me through this time, or this did this, or this did this, it's always something positive, and that's the main reason I'm doing it. So that's kind of it keeps me grounded and keeps me going. As far as idols, anybody doing what they love, they're my idol. Like, sometimes it takes a lot of courage to really like sacrifice and do what you want to do. And so anybody who can do that, I look up to them a lot.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Do you want to go mainstream?
mainstream?
That's a good question, because like, what is classified as mainstream? Like, if I'm making the music I'm making now, just better quality, but 100,000 people are listening, am I mainstream, or am I just well-known Tyler Skyy? So like,
yeah, well, it's so diversified.
Exactly,
now.
exactly. So I mean, if we're talking mainstream, like, everybody knows what you do, and everybody listens and everybody likes it, and yeah, who doesn't? Like, that would be awesome. That's if I'm like helping more people and talking to more people, and more people are listening to what I do and appreciating it, then yeah, definitely.
Awesome. We have Christina in Germany. Which country would you like to tour the most?
Europe. No questions asked. Yeah,
absolutely.
Europe. I've always wanted to go to Europe. I'm infatuated with London. I've always wanted to visit there. I just find Europe so interesting and so diverse and different from Canada, that, at least from what I know and from what I've seen in photos and videos and whatnot. And that would definitely be where.
And Tristan Harper asks.
He got a couple on there, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's getting greedy here.
Yeah. Just pick a couple if you want.
How do you make storytelling so easy?
I don't know if it's very easy. It's more just I have a story. I just tell it. Like it. I think it might be different if there's somebody who doesn't really have as much to tell, or who doesn't think they have as much to tell. Everybody has something to tell. I mean, I obviously have a little bit more with the heart surgeries and with everything that I've done and everything that I've kind of been through. But as far as like somebody who maybe just kind of hasn't really been through something like that, that's where you kind of have to get a little bit more creative. Maybe just like not make up stories by saying like you've done stuff, but music is about art. Make a story out of a song, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to necessarily talk about your life the whole time. You can talk about everything. But as far as me, storytelling is just easy for me because that's what I know. Like I just tell my life as like a novel almost, and just kind of tell the chapters in songs, and that's how that comes about.
And then he asks, how many blueberry muffins do you think you could eat in an hour?
I don't really like blueberries, but I mean, if you didn't feed me for like a day, and you put a bunch in front of me, I could probably do some damage. I don't know. I don't know how many though. It depends how like you got to take into account how thick it is, the dough or whatever, the bread, I guess. Does it have butter on it for flavor, or am I gonna have to just taste blueberries?
Is
it
that a challenge, Tristan? How many can you eat in an hour?
Is it multi-grain? Is it white bread? Is it? I don't know. That's next time I come. He's from the isolated First Nations reserve that I traveled to. That I was talking to you about last time, St. Teresa Point. So next time I come there, Tristan, you'll have to make me a fat batch of blueberry muffins, and we'll try.
There you go. And he's also asking, and I'm asking as well. It saves me the trouble of asking.
Yeah.
But where do you go next from Intergalactic?
That's a good question because I haven't planned. Like I have a plan, but I haven't planned a specific like, okay, I'm going to do exactly this next. I'm going to do exactly this next. Right now, I'm just trying to write out the album and use that as leverage for my career as much as I can, and kind of just try to get it out as many avenues as I can, get it out to as many ears as I can. As far as like working on new music, I'm always working on something new. I don't know necessarily if I've started a new album yet, or anything like that, but I definitely have a couple songs that I've kind of touched on.
The intro to my podcast.
Exactly. Yeah, I got to do the theme song.
Exactly.
Then I'm working on a couple. I'm working with a couple artists on some of their songs, just doing like features and whatnot. I want to do as many features as I can right now, since I'm not really working on a new album at the moment.
Yeah. Have you done any guest spots on people's work?
Yeah. Recently though, within like the past month or two, I did one. He's a younger guy. His name is Zach Fluids, and he's from Delta, and I think he's like 17. He's pretty good. He's a very talented kid.
Yeah.
I did a song with him. It was called Movie Scenes. That one was really fun. It was very different from like my normal style, so it was really fun to kind of dip into that. I'm doing one. I have a friend named A-Town Ant. He's working on a new album right now, and we're putting together a song for that. Then there's a couple more that we haven't really iced out full details yet, but there's like 2 or 3 more that I've been kind of in touch about. So I'm always trying to work with as many different artists as I can. Yeah.
So we have one final question. David Masonry? Is that
Masonry, maybe? I don't. Sorry, David. David something.
I'll cut that bit
David
out.
M. David M.
We have David Masonry?
That's okay. David.
David asks.
keep that in there.
keep-
Keep that in
yeah,
there. That'll
David
be fun.
asks, as an adolescent growing up, who or what were your biggest influences in music?
I like that.
We touched on that in
Yeah.
the first interview.
I think we did, yeah, a little bit.
That's,
Well, I didn't really start working on music until I was, or even start like writing music until I was about 15 years old. So all the way up until then, believe it or not, I didn't even really listen to like rap or hip hop or anything like that. The first rap song I ever heard that I remember was "Rollin'" by Limp Bizkit when the first Fast and the Furious came out. That was a good one. But before that, I just listened to like a lot of bands like 3 Days Grace and like Seether and even like Nickelback.
Yeah.
Nickelback, I don't know why people don't like them. I like them. They're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Canadians, we tend to kind of try to dethrone people that other Canadians that have success. We try to put them down for some reason.
Nickelback rules. But no, just like I listened to a lot of that style of music when I was younger, and then after that Limp Bizkit song, I started to listen to a little bit more rap. And at the time I was like really young. That's when LimeWire was really popular. Nobody ever really went on like YouTube and stuff yet, so there wasn't really that much. For me, there wasn't really that much of like finding different artists and stuff. I kind of just heard whatever was there. So I listened to like just the obviouses like Eminem and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then when I moved to Vernon when I was 15, that's when kind of everything started to expand out more for me, and I started just listening to like everything, a bunch of different artists and whatnot. And that's when I started making music myself. And at that point, there were like just too many people that I listened to even name like any main ones.
Do you play guitar?
No, I've always wanted to learn though. I've always wanted to play a little acoustic guitar, serenade my girlfriend, maybe.
Excellent. Well, Tyler, thanks very much for coming on. Episode 1, it's great that you're the first guest.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Congrats on the album.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming on. And when you do something new, please let me know and we'll have you on again.
Yeah, we'll have to come back down and see the
this-
helipad and.
This is a nice. Maybe we'll do it in July when it's a little warmer.
Yeah, it's not the warmest out today.
It's sunny and it's nice, but it's a little cool.
The wind.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this episode.
I did.
And it's episode 1. And we had a little audio technical difficulties at the beginning, but we made it through that, and I think that's all good. So congrats, and thanks for being on.
No, thank you.